Greetings, your lordship. Woohoo! There are many people cheering, but we do not even see them. Okay, where's the Master of Ceremonies? Oh, interesting. Cassia and Heinrix. Nice. Good choice, I'd say. It's almost 11 PM. Right, and I didn't get much sleep, so... yeah. Brain slow. Brain sleepy. Oh, talk about sleepy. Oh. No. I say we do the ceremony and then I probably will head to bed. I mean, we're seeing each other tomorrow again, so not too much time till then. Long live the rogue trader! So ceremonies. Oh no, you also have those curls. The servant in fine clothes offers you a deep bow. Your lordship, it is a great honor to serve you in an undertaking as monumental and glorious as the Magna Cassia ceremony. So, you have been entrusted with arranging the festivities? I have indeed, your lordship. I've been given the high honor of being steward of this eminent palace, and on the occasion of your lordship's accession, I will be overseeing the preparations of the ceremony. Osculsarium, to whom you entrusted the arrangement for the festivities, is overjoyed at having received the honor of introducing you to your subjects, and humbly thanks you. So, is everything ready? The palace decorations are prepared, and true, I didn't really pay that much mind. Everything is looking nice and normal again. The palace decorations are prepared, and we are ready to begin at your command. The festive activities in the capital have likewise been arranged, and the guests of honor either have arrived on the planet or are awaiting invitation in near orbit. The servants are already in your chambers to see to it that you are impeccably garbed for the occasion. Alright, so then, let us begin. May the Emperor be with you this day, and with us. A little bit tea break for the voice. Rejoice, Von Valencia's subjects. In honor of his ascension, the new rogue trader generously shows you his favor. Are they throwing coins? In his unfathomable benevolence, the rogue trader has decreed that every soul to be given a day's ration and a personal fuel cell so that all may be fed and warm on this day. Praise the rogue trader's magnanimity. Did you ever get a coin thrown to your head? I did. It's surprisingly hurtful. It's just metal. Okay. Yay, confetti! I like that even the servo skulls have those curls. And we have them, Cassia and Heinrix. And the cool Heinrix with sunglasses. The crowd below is roiling, the electrified exultation filling the air of Dragonus. Thousands of throats chant your name. You are the apex of this world and all others. Nice. Like quite the ceremony. Amplified by 100 voxes, the voice of the Master of Ceremonies booms. Rejoice, subjects of Dragonus. You have been granted the felicity of witnessing your master. A great honor bestowed upon us by rogue trader Edward von Valencius. Finally, officially, after 60 hours of playing. Gracious savior of Dragonus and vanquisher of blaspheming inhumans, may their unholy kind perish in the flames of righteousness. I'm expecting a bomb or demons to appear. Me too. Kiava Gamma calls. not Kiava Gamma. Rickard Manoris is calling and wants to know your location. Excruciate of heretics, eradicate the corruption of our enemy worshippers, and cleanse Janus. Gracious protector footfall, patron of trade. Ah, continue. A hush falls over the crowds, who gaze upon you in adoration. Many of them bear terrible scars from the recent battle of Dagonis. Like children, they wait the word of their almighty father. Fear not the coming day. Henceforth, you are all my charges. Joyful cries carry your name upwards, beyond the atmosphere of Dagonis, all the way to the Emperor's throne. You hear a rustle behind you as Heinrix leans forward in a ceremonious bow. In that moment, the eyes of your many subjects flare with fanatism. The single, unassuming gesture from an unassuming servant of the Inquisition serves to them as the ultimate proof that the hand of the Emperor truly is at work in his dark sector. So much gold and white. Cassia stares at the crowd, enraptured. It seems this massive gathering of exulting people is just as exotic and captivating to her as the sight of a bona fide Navigator, a representative of the mysterious and powerful Nevis nobility, to your subjects. The Master of Ceremonies bows to you with great reverence. I think they are really nice choices, Cassia and Heinrix. Let the oath of the Von Valensis dynasty be taken. Please repeat after me, your lordship. I think it's nicer to not read it twice, so we'll always just go for Heinrix saying, Edward saying that. I, Edward, rogue trader by the grace of the Emperor, vow to be the paragon of humanity. Your lips repeat the words of the ancient oath. Unbroken by adversity, to walk bravely first into the darkness, to unite and reclaim what was lost, to triumph over nightmares untold, to hold boldly the reins of fate, to walk steadily the road of thorns, through pain to greatness. You hear a rumble. It is the roar of the sea of your subjects. With jubilation and devout fear, they welcome your ascension. It is done. We are the rogue trader! Finally, officially! No one can annoy us. Hopefully. Neat. Enjoy the reception. That we can do. Quest. Have fun. We can talk with the governor. Aww. Very much in sync. Governor Urban Drive's team stands surrounded by highborn guests like a planet orbited by many moons. All of his charms directed at a man in resplendent power armor adorned with the sigil of the Inquisition. But as soon as you approach, Drive's team is the first to give you an elegant bow, getting ahead of the rest in the expression of loyalty. This is a great day, your lordship. And Edward smiles graciously. I welcome you to my palace, honored guests. You are buffeted by a salvo of congratulations and compliments. Ooh, requires iconoclast follower. Edward studies the faces of the nobles in attendance. Why do we need to be iconoclast for that? Drive's team is obviously still the leader of the Dagonis aristocracy, but judging by the courtesy he is showing to young Sauerbeck, he clearly wants to strengthen his relationship with that house. The senior Sauerbeck and Gaprak are whispering in another corner. Sauerbeck, whose family seems to be giving you the cold shoulder, must be trying to sway Gaprak to his side. How charming. Which could be quite advantageous to Lady Gaprak. After all, the disaster on Kiava Gamma has left her family in an extremely vulnerable position. The Vossarians stand apart, the exclusion from the rest palpable. I hope we can change that a little bit. And Edward nods to the Inquisitor. My greetings to the member of the Holy Inquisition. Ooh, he's important. He has a portrait. Xavier Xalcazar. He responds with a dignified bow, his proud face calm and unfaltering. And my greetings to you, esteemed Edward von Valencius. May shadows never darken the light of the Astronomicon that guides you. I appreciate your display of loyalty to the Imperium. Having one of the Holy Ordo members At your side during the ceremony, you have demonstrated that you consider yourself a son in the fold of our reverend organization. Inquisitor's companion, a crimson-robed member of the Adeptus Mechanicus, bows to you. From behind the brass mask mounted with dozens of agmatics comes a metallic rasp. Glory to the Von Valencia's heir! Let's study the Inquisitor and his companion. And we have to do the check. But we succeeded, nice. The Lord Inquisitor relaxed expression radiates an odd sense of menace. He's akin to a predator on the prowl, content to hide in the brush of fake smiles and elegant conversation. For now. I get that's what the Inquisition does, though. Techie succeeded. Nice. Among the many augmentations, what stands out is the horribly melted, deformed cogitator connected to the tech priest's head. How it is working is baffling. What is twice as baffling is that the tech priest hasn't replaced it yet. What unpredictable influence can this ruined implant have on his mind? An unexpected visit. I wasn't told. I, however, have been told all about you. The Inquisitor's face is impenetrable, but behind this mask you detect a hint of mockery. A hint? Maybe it was too expressive in his voice. We have not been introduced so far. An oversight, to be sure. My name is Xavier Calcazar. I will always pronounce the last name differently. I can promise you that. My name is Xavier Calcazar, and I have the honor of serving as a member of the illustrious Order Xenos, the head of the Koronus Expanse conclave, and the Lord Inquisitor of this region. It is my unending task to ensure the sector's readiness to meet external threats and resist internal corruption. Being an Inquisitor Lord is a recognition rather than an absolute rank. Ooh. And a small formalization of a position enjoyed by the Inquisitor rather than an actual promotion. This is because an Inquisitor Lord has no real temporal dominion. They are not responsible for any given area of the galaxy, nor specific individuals. Instead, it is a reinforcement of the Inquisitor's authority, and in particular his or her power within the organization. It sounds very different how Xavier tells us that. And who's this member of the Honorable Priesthood of the Adeptus Mechanicus? This is Brass Whisper, which naturally is not his real name. The esteemed Magos is a member of my retinue. There are times when I'm forced by my duty to the Emperor to deal with xenotechnology, and Brass Whisper ensures my safety in such moments. Words that have been desecrated by Xenos are dangerous. They weren't... His whispering cuts off, replaced by heavy, wrecked breathing. It seems that the tech priest's quiet voice is not extravagant quirk, but rather a consequence of some injury. After catching his breath, Brass Whisper continues, "Warrant your caution. Well, enjoy the party. This evening will certainly be illuminating." I'm concerned. You seem pretty shady. Nedward looks at the guests. Among the aristocrats surrounding the opulently dressed drive steam, you notice a couple of young nobles in sourbeck and gaprek colors. It would seem that the major noble families of Dagonis have decided to introduce their younger members to high society. The tall man in grey power armor adorned with a column with a skull is undoubtedly a high-ranking Inquisitor. He keeps the periphery of the conversation, seldom deigning to comment. Next to him is his entourage, a rangy warrior in black armor and a tech priest dressed in red, whose face is hidden behind a brass mask. Abelard stands somewhat apart from the others, as if reluctant to approach dive steam. Next to him is a young woman, and you notice a family resemblance between them. And Edward tries to take a guess at who's allied with whom in this tangle of snakes. I really like this amulet which we have, which gives like a, I think like a plus 15 or plus 10 bonus to all skills, because we are iconoclast. It's really helping us out now, because it's always our checks. And we succeeded. We are rolling really good. Drive Steam is obviously still the leader of Dagonis aristocracy. Oh, we already had that. Interesting, we got that for free. I think we got that for the iconoclast option. I'm ready to accept your congratulations. In that case, allow me to be the first to offer them. Drive Steam snaps his fingers, and several servants approach you with gifts. The governor points at a thin, curved Drukari blade. My soldiers took the splendid trophy from the body of one of the Xenos commanders. The weapon is too beautiful and forbidden for anyone but your lordship. Nice, Drukari weapons which we can't use. Give me all your presents. Young Saurbeck squeezes through to be the next. My brain kind of messed that up. Young Saurbeck squeezes through to be the next, pushing Gabrick outside with confidence. Your lordship, how Saurbeck anticipates the onset of unsettled and bloody times. To make the ungodly Xenos cower at your approach, my family humbly presents you with a dozen pieces of secondary armament to your ship. Items received, severed hand. Which is a weapon. Young Gabrek bows ceremoniously. House Gabrek is delighted to present you this blessed work of the Omniscient Smiths. May the Sarkata Matrix, which took the Holy Artisan an entire lifetime to create, always show you the right path. Coordinate Oracle. Having let the aristocrats go first as a sign of deference, Abelard is the last to speak. Your lordship, Alvozarian possesses no relics worthy of your acceptance, but we are rich and talented and hard-working people. As a sign of our loyalty, I humbly offer you my flesh and blood. 100 of my kin will go to colonies in your protectorate and use all their talents so that the worlds in your charge may prosper. Well, the Vosarian dynasty also seems to be quite big. So, what were you discussing just now? We were talking about the brutal Xenos raid on our fair Dagonis. So many victims, so much damage to our industries. Thank the Emperor that you are our protector. If it weren't for you, the cursed invaders would have obliterated the whole planet. He offers you a thin and obsequious smile. Sharing the sector with the blasted Xenos is impossible, but we respond to their raid on Dagonis with a punitive campaign. Young Saurbeck smiles, conceited and bloodthirsty. Yeah, I see you hate Xenos with all your heart. I do. This pestilence against the Emperor must be exterminated. It was a good idea not to use Yrliet to show off. He talks ardently and smoothly, like a commissar. He places a hand on the hilt of his finely adorned sword, his pale face ablaze with noble fury. By having a member of the Inquisition be by your side at the ceremony, your lordship has shown your intent to closely abide by the Imperium's credo, to root out the Xenos scourge, and our Saurbeck will offer every support to you in this righteous undertaking. Do you know I have a Xenos companion? Oh, they must be forced into servitude. Many Xenos are more useful alive and obedient than dead. The young man... oh, well. And Gabrick Carlos speaks with sagacity and gravity, but his opinion seems to carry little weight in this circle. Yeah, great. And Edward smiles venomously. You know, if I may ask, how many Xenos have you killed personally, Saurbeck? Saurbeck flushes and mumbles incoherently. The Honorable Macarius forbade, but I wanted... did not let me go to battle. The Inquisitor standing among the guests offers a thin smile. It must have been difficult for this youth to foster such bloodlust towards enemies of the Imperium without ever having seen one at a blade's distance. Yay, mocking nobility. And Edward looks at Abelard's young relative. So, what is your name? Your lordship, allow me to introduce the daughter of Chancellor Clementia Vosarian and my great-granddaughter Astartes. How old are you, Abelard? And how many children do you have? Abelard looks solemnly upon the young woman with barely concealed pride. Oh, I'm delighted to witness you, your lordship. Astartes bows, keeping observant and intelligent eyes trained on you. Drysteam glowers at Astartes with cold hostility, while young Saurbeck does not even try to hide his burning contempt. Yeah, they seem to be really friendly. So, how are you finding the reception? It is difficult to put into words, your lordship. Never past. Never before have I seen such a grand and striking ceremony. The sedative voice sounds passionate and inspired, and her eyes shine with barely contained excitement. Oh, finally! A real human. But I was so much more amazed by your generosity. The provisions that are being handed out in the streets of the capital will make the difference between life and death for many of those who lost everything in the Xenos attack. Remember, he's technically a noble. He could afford rejuvenation treatments to stay young. Oh, true. Good point. Perception succeeded. Young Gebrek keeps staring at Astartes curiously and a little bashfully. It seems the boy likes her. Oh. So, where are the rest of your kin, Abelard? They're in the city, preoccupied with running the festivities and watching over some of the more crucial services. No incidents can be allowed to ruin your ceremony. Astartes frowns and adds peevishly, I asked the esteemed Abelard to put me to some important task too, but he bid me to attend the reception, where I can do nothing to serve your lordship. Solveig smirks. If I had known, I too would have asked Abelard to let you miss the party. Wow. So, and I mean, we clearly chose them to organize the whole ceremony, so I don't know. So, you wish to become my servant as well? Satya flushes and starts talking quickly and with fire in her voice. It was seen that she finds work-related conversations far more interesting than court gossip. Of course! I've been working on a project for the last 4 years. We could set up... Enough, Astasia. I highly doubt that his lordship is interested in listening to the fantasies of a young woman about how to run his protectorate. Abelard describes demon glare so dark and bloodthirsty that the latter instinctively starts looking for the nearest warden. Nice. Hold your tongue, Urbans. I decide who may speak and who may not. Please, continue, Astasia. Nice. Heartened, Astasia continues in the tone of a seasoned administration clerk. Our suggestion is to set up a chain of stations in the void, plasma beacons that would signal the passing ships. By placing them in logistically sound locations, we could simplify our ship routes so that they may split long warp jumps into a series of safer, shorter jumps from one beacon to another. This would have a positive effect on the overall safety of journeys and the accessibility of colonies. That sounds actually like a smart thing. Whoever got a contract? More and more technical terms and percentages creep into her speech. She quotes Lex Mechanic reports and accounts of starship captains. Astartes' vigor and sharp mind are enough to silence even the most venomous of commentators. They all stand there in silence, trying to digest what she's saying. Nice. Abelard surveys the quiet nobles with triumph, and then looks at his great-granddaughter with pride. I hope the Hossarian family gives Abelard the credit he deserves. Absolutely, your lordship. We greatly respect him for his wisdom, and he repays us with attention and kindness, she says warmly. I am obliged, dear Stacia. It looks like Abelard is somewhat embarrassed by the turn this conversation has taken. Nice. Alright, so enjoy the evening, Astasia. Thank you, your lordship. Cool. Yeah, the Hossarians just seem way more down to earth. Probably also because they are kind of less noble. Let's have a look around. If there's anyone interesting around here. I don't think so. Lord Imperium. This venerable lemon Ross is known as the Scarpian Punisher and has served the Von Valensis dynasty for 2 centuries. It was hit in the battle with the Xenos that inhabited Scipia II, but it heroically destroyed 63 enemy vehicles and brought victory to its comrades, securing its status as a relic blessed by the Emperor. It's a tank. We can play! Oh well, I guess just shoot at, well... Hey, we're finally hitting someone and something. Ah, thank you. Unmoving targets. Such skill. Much wow. Let's see, but I don't think there's anyone around here. Nope. So, I'd say let's go and head inside. One Valencia's Palace. Because I mean, so far we haven't seen the other rogue traders, so I'd expect them to just be hiding inside. Ah, here we go. Alright. I don't think anyone is in our chambers. Oh, but we do have some of our companions lurking around. Also, ceremonies, do you have something to say? I hope your lordship is pleased and not yet tired. If you wish to revive yourself a little, I would suggest proceeding to the courtyard, if I may be so bold. Many guests have chosen to move in the fresh air and will be eager to offer you their congratulations. Did you just fall asleep? No, I don't think so. So, what do you think of the reception? It is magnificent. I dare say it will live on the premier high society event of the sector for many years. Let's not retire, because I want to talk to our companions here, and especially to... Ah, there we have the rogue traders. Hello. What in the grey? Who are you? Edward, there you are. Welcome to the circle, where each member is a powerful, ambitious, greedy, and vain as the last. That is to say, noble rogue traders. Senya Chorda is watching him with barely suppressed contempt. I really liked his portrait. And she looks so uptight. Yes, you have found yourself suitable company, Caligus. At the very last, now you can enjoy idle diversions, boast about your power and indulge in profane pastimes with one who's your equal, rather than a member of the lower classes. And Edward observes the rogue traders. Caligus Winterscale is a broad-shouldered, athletic-looking man. He frequently flashes a bright smile, no less dazzling than the blade of the power axe he carries. Every part of him, from the toes of his magnificent boots to the tips of his hair, radiates strength and the desire to live and win. His smile is crooked, as if ready to turn into a hostile snarl at any moment. Next to him is unmoving hulk of a man clad in armor. His low forehead and gloomy face bear signs of degradation, and his bloodshot eyes expressionless like a pair of glass buttons. Ew. Who is that? Insenia Chorda radiates cosmic cold. Her skin is unnaturally white, and a nervous tick is constantly tugging at the left side of her noble visage. Garbed in full dress uniform adorned with purity seals, she is the embodiment of a true imperial aristocrat. Haunting her side is the gaunt shadow of a priest in plain black robes. Okay, so Winterscale is military all the way, and Insenia is holy all the way. Hieronymus Doloroso, whom you met on footfall, give you a respectful nod. Well, welcome to Dagonis, friends. Friends, huh? Would you look at that? And Senya, now you have a whole friend. I like Winterscale. Winterscale gives you a carefree wink, but his posture exudes a challenge. Jorah says haughtily, I would think twice before calling an individual of questionable purity my friend. Well, Caligus, thank you for your visit. Caligus gives you a cheerful and somewhat feral smile. As a sign of your gratitude, you could return something of mine that has found its way to your pockets. But for station sounds familiar. All I asked you to do was help the crafty slug Valadame deal with the threat of famine, not claim my property for yourself. I'm just thinking about what is more Edward, like asking if you will beg for it, or be like, try and take it. And Edward's more of the teasing kind, smiles innocently. Winterscale, are you asking me to give you footfall back? Will you beg for it? Kalos growls angrily, you go too far, new blood. Oh, what if Gather could have been his humor? Kalos' face turns into a grimace of hatred, but then he catches Insenia looking at him and breaks into a sly smile. Oh, to may your protectorate bleed as compensation when you have spited both myself and Incendia, and it's high time our dear sister curbed her appetites. For this, I forgive you, but do not test my mercy again. It is not my strong suit. Thwarting Incendia Charter's ambitions deserves a worthy trophy. He snaps his fingers, and the armored brood hands you an exotically adorned rifle, clearly not of human making. Interesting that they're here with like just one bodyguard, right? As I drove you from a good hunt, you and I should hunt together sometime, so you can show yourself in action, new blood. Gallagher's exorbitingly punches you in the shoulder. So, does your gift come with a good story? Oh yes, I claimed it in the Rift of Hackathon, where we had a clash with Xenos. They were really trying to get my throat, and by the even stars, they almost succeeded. Gallagher is speaking with such joy, it is as though he is recounting the best day of his life. Only 1 in 10 made it out of Hackathon, and now it's only me and Warden here. We returned without any loot and virtually without a ship. All I got from that trip was a holder full of dead Xenos and this deadly beauty, which their leader used to put 2 holes in my hide. An impressive victory, but do you truly believe the creation of the ungodly Xenos to be a good gift, Calagus? You would call into question the privileges bestowed upon me by the Emperor. You can try. Let the St. Teresa's mission put forth their champion, and I will slay him in a trial by combat. Threaten the esteemed Hieronymus one more time, Calagus, and the war that you love to prattle on about will commence. I swear it. 1 drop of holy blood spilled by you will send the remains of your realm upon flames better than any tanker of Promethean. Incendia and Calagus exchange looks of fury, and the latter, snarling like a wolf, is clearly ready to start said war here and now. Oh, they really seem to be best of friends. Hieronymus' dry voice hits your ear like the crack of a whip. Well, you're right, both of you. I do not wish to fight you, Calagus, but I fear not your threats. Death does not frighten me, for it's inevitable. It is as true as the senselessness and pointlessness of a war between us. Thank you for such a wonderful gift, Calagus. Got someone important with it. That will be the best show of gratitude. Eye of Hackathon. I have to see if that's maybe nice for Yrliet. So, Insenia, you seem to find me objectionable. Did you expect any different? I watched for years as outlaws thrived on footfall, and then, at long last, had a chance to put it to an end. To seize the thoughtful dame by the throat, to force footfall to atone, and put the fear of him back into the masses. But you interfered and destroyed my plan for the sake of banal profit. Theodora taught you too well, it seems. She too was far too less concerned with her duty to the Expanse than her own personal interests. But you can be sure that I will not cease cleansing the furibundous system of the Pirate's Gorge. And if your trade prospects are damaged in the process, you will only have yourself to blame. Very charming. The priest holds up his hands in a placating gesture. None are without fault, noble Incendia. What point is there in targeting someone for their turpitude when true purity can never be found? Yeah, maybe not threaten me at my coronation. Ascension ritual, whatever. You know, you threatened to starve footfall. I brought them salvation. So which one of us serve the Emperor and which their own unhealthy ambitions? Incendia. Incendia rolls her eyes. Please. I will believe it no sooner than hearing word that half population of that den of heresy has been sent into the void's embrace. I have faith that the blessed Edward is perspective enough to see the appalling nature of the residents of the depraved palace. So, I take it you are not overly fond of Theodora? Xenia lowers her eyes and says without animosity, she was the same breed as us. She stops short, and then continues in a lowered voice, conceited, insolent, unaware of the Emperor's stern gaze set upon her. I do not doubt her wisdom and courage, but Theodora did not have a shadow of humility or fear of his wrath. Lord Imperium succeeded. Asp. That must be Aspis. Aspis Chorda. You remember the name. From what you recall, she was a rogue trader too, and a renowned one at that. Was? Probably her predecessor. Well, I for one like Theodora. The stories they told of her travels to the nameless stars. And yes, there was no fear in her. Winter's gaze sighs pensively, and his lively expression grows a little grayer. So, who's Aspis Chorda to you? Caligus snorts. Oh, this is Insenia's favorite subject. She just laughs talking about Aspis. The example of the contemptible Aspis is a warning to us all. Even among the rogue traders, empowered by their Emperor himself, a seed of perversion can blossom. Perception succeeded. He noticed Insenia seemingly freeze and choke up at the mention of Aspis. But the priest's condemning words cause her icy rigidness to evaporate, and her dark eyes fill with righteous fury. Insenia's face twitches with a rhythm of utterly fire. That reprobate is my forebearer and my curse. Aspis Chorda was a cruel, covetous, blasphemous monster. She fraternized with Xenos, she despised the faith, she robbed and slaughtered. She was drawn to the dark secrets. One day, she boarded her ship and vanished into the depths of the Koronus Expanse. She was declared missing, but I know. The bloody day will come when we see Aspis Chorda's battle flagship once more. And I guess you're ready to fight then. I thank you for this visit, Insenia. Killing with kindness. It will not be a long one, I assure you. So, what do you think of the celebration? I like it. Caligus looks around the hall curiously. One can instantly tell that we've been invited by a rogue trader, not some administration bootlicker. We are conquerors of wild sectors, slayers of unknown beasts, executioners of Xenos empires. Caligus, you should take this opportunity to learn. This is what the palace of a true rogue trader looks like. Not like a Xeno menagerie, a pirate's treasure hold, or, however difficult it may be for you to believe it, an arbitral brothel. Seems like Caligus likes to have fun. All fun. Enjoy the evening. I must take my leave. Oh, believe me, I intend to enjoy myself to the full. To justify so long a voyage, if nothing else. Keep the faith, Edward. The Emperor protects. Nice. I want to have a look at the contract, by the way, we got from Astarte. Oh my! It was really good to talk to her. It costs 3 Promethium, 1 people. It gives free security to all colonies, free efficiency to all colonies, and profit factor. That is insane. Wow. He needs a raise. Look at that. Faustone, everything a 10. Yavagama, 10, 10, 7. Dennis, 7, 10, 10. 10, 10, 8. 7, 10, 8. I love it. Alright. Let's talk to our companions. Ooh, Idira. This is pure chaos. How can people think so much and so haphazardly? May the Emperor keep you, Edward. A great day. I hope at least the celebration in your honor won't end in a shout-out. Shootout. Shout-out. Shout-out to you. Oh, interesting. We can actually really talk to Heinrix. A group of aristocrats stands apart from the governor's circle. The whispering carries a tinge of displeasure. The clear leader of this gathering is a gaunt... Why is it shaking? Is a gaunt, bilious-faced man dressed in sourback colors. And this must be Macarius himself, head of the house. He offers you a ceremonious bow. My congratulations, your lordship. May the Omnissiah grant you understanding. The woman with whom he is conversing, the one dressed in a robe with gear-shaped adornments, is Toriana Gabrek. It is difficult to read her face due to it being covered in numerous augmentations. You catch Heinrix' intent gaze upon you as he breaks off from agitatedly tapping a data slate. He makes a subtle gesture, clearly wishing to speak to you. I wonder if we can speak with Heinrix due to the romance? Or is it just due to a dialogue going on here? I remember stealing someone's wife here. What did you do, Alistair? Sounds nice. And Edward observes the guests. Toriana Gabrek looks rather anxious. Macarius Sauerbeck, dressed surprisingly plainly and austerely for an aristocrat of such a high rank, is frowning suspiciously. He came to the reception with a companion, a woman of dazzling beauty wearing a gilt augment necklace around her throat. His wife, probably. Heinrix, who joined the group unnoticed, mostly keeps silent, listening intently to their every word. So, how are you these days, Toriana? Like a foraging hammer, Toriana's voice falls heavily on the ear. The corruption of Kiava Gamma was a great blow to my family. The contemptible Cubist Delphin betrayed our trust, desecrated the Forge cathedrals, and took my esteemed cousin's life. On behalf of my family, I humbly beg to forgive our negligence. I'm ready to accept my punishment. Let's look at her closely. There's something lurking beneath Toriana's repentant expression. A grudge. It was seen that she was personally offended by the nightmare into which Cubist Delphin plunged her domain, and she feels betrayed. I give you my word that Kiava Gamma will rebuild in all its splendor. I mean, we want the best for the planet as well, so... Toriana raises her mechanical eyes to the ceiling. I swear to the Omnissiah's all-encompassing insight, we will make every effort to justify the cost of his resurrection. Macarius scoffs. It was only a year ago that none could doubt House Gabrek's usefulness. Yet here you are, Toriana, on your knees, justifying the cost. I don't like the sourbags. Macarius, I'm surprised you deigned to make an appearance here this evening. Macarius' face twists into an unpleasant smile, which makes the artificial skin on the left side at the more prominent. I'm a servant of the Von Valensis dynasty. Had I not come, I would have committed an act of unacceptable insolence and damaged my family's honor. You're still behaving insolent. Macarius' wife offers you a charming smile, as if apologizing for her husband's vitriolic tone. Her large dark eyes are brimming with curiosity. So, what has so displeased you, Macarius? Macarius says with caution, I'm your dynasty's loyal servant, but you have asked, and I will answer. Too long have the Koronus Expanse lived under the rule of rogue traders. The privileges granted to them make people think that commoners too can dismay the prohibitions of Imperium. For the good of the sector, rogue traders must become paragons of the law, not exceptions to it. But do many warrant holders exhibit lawful conduct? No, they don't. What the heck? Even you, your lordship, are the subject of the strangest of rumours, and you've just recently inherited your protectorate. Conrad Vogt's people, for instance, claim that you had a hand in the esteemed Theodora's demise, and accuse you of many other misdeeds. Didn't Theodora do like heretical stuff all the day? It doesn't matter whether or not their claims are true. The people hear them, believe them, and think that they may follow your example. I don't like you. How do we punish you? You know, if you believe Conrad lies, then draw your weapon. Let us duel right here, before the Emperor's visage. Macarius places his hand on the hilt of a sword. Interesting that he's so clearly opposing us. In the end, his Supreme Lord. Macarius places his hand on the hilt of a sword, then glances with uncertainty at the images of the Emperor gazing upon him from every direction, and then at you. His fingers release the hilt. No, I do not believe his words. I am your servant, and my oath to your dynasty is harder than steel. I am guilty of repeating an ignominious lie, and I will pay a fine. And anyone who repeats it in my presence, I myself will challenge your duel to the death. I would like to become better acquainted with your wife. I guess that's, Alistair, how you get the wife, right? I see. Macarius bows his head without too much reverence. Yeah. And Edward leans towards Heinrix. Interesting conversation. It's been very illuminating. Give me plenty of food for thought. Heinrix's response is barely audible.